This is your host, Dominique from Gilboa Public Library, and welcome to another episode of GBTV's Just In Live. And I am super excited to find out, along with you, some new collections that we have going on in many different parts of our collections, from kids to our adult collections, as well as our movies. You guys know by now, I love movies, and hearing, and all of these new other collections we've got going. So I have my three famous guests that are with me here today. We're going to start off with our kids space stuff, and that is Miss Cindy. So she's going to kick it off, and I see she's got a pirate's hat on. Is that correct?
I do. Ahoy, matey.
Hey, ahoy. So what you got going, Cindy?
I have a great book here I want to share with you. It's called The Boat That Ben Built, and that is by Jen Lynn Bailey. And as you can see, he's in his boat. Ben is paddling down the river. And boys and girls, we have a great river here in Elgin, the Fox River. Ooh, so Ben is paddling along the river and he meets all these cool animals. He brings his binoculars and he finds all the cool animals that live in the river ecosystem. An ecosystem is where and so the Fox River is an ecosystem, and what kind of animals might you see? And that's what Ben is ready to explore the river, and he's got his binoculars, and I hope you'll check this book out and see some of the animals that Ben sees along the way. I have another great book. Oh, and this, boy, I think everyone can relate to this out there. It's called Hot Dog. Now this dog is hot. He is very hot. This and it's by Doug Salati. Anyways, this poor dog is hot. When you are too hot and everything is too much, sometimes all you need is something. Well, this dog takes an adventure, but it is a long adventure to get to where he finally has a lot of fun. Now I want to show you one of my favorite pictures, and it's the last picture in the book. There's lots of fun pictures in this story, but I think if you look at this, it says everything. Look at that. The dog and his owner are back at the end of the day. Can you see anything in the picture that might give you a clue to where their adventure took them? Look in the book, boys and girls, and everyone out there. Do you see anything in there? All right, I hope you saw something on the windowsill. Did you see that? That might give you a guess as to where their adventure took them. I have one more book, and this one is called Duck, Duck, not Goose, but Duck, Duck, Dad. Duck, Duck, Dad by Lorna Scobie. That dog, Ralph the dog, is taking a walk. He's enjoying the quiet life until one day he stumbles across an egg. Ooh, surely the best thing for him to do is ignore it, right? Walk away, walk right by. But ooh, crack, crack goes the egg. And something comes out of the egg. What could it be? Can you guess? Yes, I think you're right. It is a little chick. That's right. And this little chick hatches and he's looking for a mom or a dad to take care of him. And Ralph decides to do that, but he takes on more than he can. There's one dog, but then there's a lot of ducklings. Can Ralph help? I think Ralph needs some help. So I hope you'll come to Kids Space and check those books out.
Wonderful. That sounds amazing, Miss Cindy. So how can we check these materials out again? What are some options that we offer to our customers?
Well, you could give us a call on the phone and say, I was watching GBTV today and I saw this book about a dog who has an adventure. And everyone will know that book is called Hot Dog. And if it's not available today, if somebody else checks it out before you give us a call, you can put the book on hold. You can do that online, or you could call us up again and ask us to put it on hold, or of course, come to the library. We want to see you. And if we can't find that book, we can find lots more great books here.
Exactly. And I'm just going to piggyback on Miss Cindy with putting on a reservation and a hold. So when you put it on hold, let's just say you're closer to one of our branch locations or Bookmobile, you're able to put that on hold and select what is convenient for you. So that's a great option as well, right?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. No, thank you, Miss Cindy. All right. So we're going to go on to our next one, and that is our adult collection. And we have Margaret Peebles that is here with us live. Excuse me. Got a little excited. So I'm going to introduce Margaret. I want to know what you've got going for us today.
Oh, it is exciting, Dominique. I've got some really great picks for you today. The
All
first
right.
one, oh, I'm excited about the first one I want to show you.
Okay.
It's called The Woman in the Library by Sulari Gento. It just came out June 7th. And while it's not set in the Gail Borden quiet reading room, it's actually set in the silent reading room of the Boston Public Library. It's silent until a woman's terrified scream echoes through the building. The security guards rush in and tell everyone to stay put until they give the all clear. While waiting, 4 strangers begin chatting in the library. Each of them has their own reasons for being there that morning, and perhaps one of them may turn out to be a murderer. This is a twisty literary mystery. It has a novel within a novel. It's received starred reviews in Library Journal and Book Page, and it was one of Goodreads' most anticipated new mysteries of the year. Dominique, I think there are a lot of secrets to uncover in these pages.
Oh, I'm clicking right now to put my hold on it. So I'm ready. I'm ready.
I thought that would be one you would like.
Yes.
And now for something a little different. Here's a book. It's called Joan by Catherine Chen. It just came out July 5th. This book, it's 1412. France is in a losing war against England. Its people are starving. The king is in hiding. But then an unlikely hero arises. The teenage girl who turns the tide of the battle. She will be forever known throughout history as Joan of Arc. But this is a real fresh take and a thrilling historical fiction novel that puts a modern lens to this remarkable woman's story. It's getting a lot of praise, starred reviews in Kirkus, Booklist. It's really, if you're looking for a unique perspective on a historical fiction and on the Joan of Arc story, this would be a good, strong choice to read for you.
I actually like that one too.
Oh, good.
I love Joan of Arc. I mean, just her
Do
story.
you?
I do. I love Joan of Arc, just her story, but to see a historical fiction twist to it. Oh yeah.
And kind of a more modern look at it too, like kind of
Okay.
bringing her as like a modern woman through that lens. So
I love
really
that.
interesting. I think it should be kind of a compelling read.
I agree.
But it is still summer, Dominique, and I'm
Uh-huh.
looking for, sometimes I want something a little lighter to read, something a little more fun, something I could maybe just read over a long weekend. So I have this summer read that I picked called Flying Solo by Linda Holmes. It came out June 14th, and it was also one of the most anticipated books of 2022 by Book Page. This is just kind of a light read. So after a failed wedding, Lori Sasselin returns to her hometown in Maine in order to handle the estate of her great aunt Dot. So Dot lived to be 93 years old, and she was a spirited adventurer, a single woman for her whole life. Going through the estate, Lori finds a mysterious wooden duck with a love letter addressed to Dot that ends with the line, and anyway, if you're ever desperate, there are always ducks, darling. Then the mysterious duck disappears, and Lori becomes obsessed with her great aunt's secrets. In the meantime, Lori has to also come to terms with her own past and her future. This is that kind of heartwarming story with quirky, charming characters. It just makes for a quick, compelling read. So this is my pick if you're looking for something fast, maybe something you can read over a weekend. They say this book is for anyone who may not feel like they are part of a flock. Or maybe it's for those who have a wooden duck somewhere in their collection. You never know. But I think it would be fun to read, Dominique.
That does sound a little fun. I like that. That one sounds nice. I just like being on the edge of my seat. That's all. For those wonderful, wonderful 3 picks, as always, you're phenomenal in picking these wonderful 3, even if it's something that you might not even think you're interested in, but hearing it, giving a little bit of description from someone's voice is just kind of makes you say, you know what, I never thought of it that way. I'm intrigued now. I want to see what this is all about. So thank you as always, Margaret. I appreciate you. All right. So upcoming next is movies. I love this. Milk Duds. We got to hear what Tracy's got to offer here. So what new movies do we add to our collection?
Well, pardon me. First, I want to say that I just checked and it is 98 degrees outside right now. I take it back. It's 89. See how the heat is getting to me? But 89 degrees. So if you're not sitting outside with your feet in a tub of cool water, reading one of these great books that Margaret and some of the other GBTV guests have recommended, then you should definitely be inside in the air conditioning, watching a movie or a show from the library's ridiculously large selection of titles. So with that in mind, we're going to start with my 3 picks this month. Number 1, Fatherhood. And this stars Kevin Hart. Fatherhood is rated a friendly PG-13, and it tells the story of Matt, who unexpectedly loses his wife immediately following the birth of their first child. Matt's is a journey through the first few years of single parenthood with all of its trials and tribulations, the self-doubt, the exhaustion, the growth. Fatherhood is a really sweet movie, if not a pretty well-worn idea about being a single dad. So nothing necessarily groundbreaking here, but what makes this movie a little bit special and worth the watch are its genuine moments, played surprisingly aptly by Kevin Hart. So this is a guy that we know as kind of a crazy-eyed comedian, but here in Fatherhood, we get a glimpse of what could be some fledgling dramatic chops, like Robin Williams or Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, Melissa McCarthy. If Kevin Hart plays his cards right and chooses the right scripts, he could become one of these versatile crossover entertainers that kind of do it all and do it well. So check out Fatherhood. Amid what could have been kind of a stale retelling of an often told plot, Kevin Hart unexpectedly grounds it in gentle sincerity. Who'd have thunk it, right?
Right. So how many Milk Duds are you going to rate it?
What's that?
How many Milk Duds do you rate that as? You started. I just want to keep that going.
I like where you're going with that. And I'd actually like for you to keep that in your pocket for a minute because I got a little bit of a surprise coming.
You got it.
So now we're going to segue into my next pick, which is Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. This is action and adventure in the wizarding world, continuing in this PG-13 prequel to the Harry Potter series. So like the first movies in this set of HP prequels, The Secrets of Dumbledore again stars Eddie Redmayne as the quiet but intrepid magical zoologist Newt Scamander, and Dan Fogler as our favorite muggle and baker, Jacob, and also Alison Sudol as the mind-reading Queenie Goldstein. But this time, Grindelwald, who was formerly played by Johnny Depp, as you probably know, is now played by a Danish actor named Mads Mikkelsen, who you might know from his role in the TV series Hannibal a few years back. And to Grindelwald's bad guy, we of course have good guy Albus Dumbledore, portrayed again in this by Jude Law, a fantastic beast in his own right. So in this third installment of Fantastic Beasts, Professor Dumbledore knows that the powerful dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald, which is so fun to say, is maneuvering for control of the wizarding world. Unable to stop him alone, Dumbledore dispatches magical zoologist Newt Scamander and a crack team of quirky wizards and witches to save the wizarding world from Grindelwald's sinister plans. Along the way, they encounter old beasts and new. They clash with Grindelwald's growing legions of followers. So this movie is fun. It's exactly the kind of fantastical fun that we've come to expect from the Harry Potter universe. And for all of you magical, muggle, multiverse people, say that 10 times fast, you can, of course, check out the full complement of Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts movies at the library. And again, I'm going to reserve my milk dud rating
That's fine.
for a little
That's
later.
fine.
So now, speaking of multiverses, here comes Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Now that's the name of the movie, and it is truly everything, everywhere, all at once. This movie is rated R for good reason. There's violence that comes with martial arts films, some sexual material and language, and it comes out of A24 Entertainment Studios, which has become known for its willingness to produce edgy, off the beaten path creative projects. So, wow, this movie, EEAO, as I like to call it, is crazy and fun and interesting. Think of it like The Matrix meets Big Trouble in Little China meets Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and strap in for a visual roller coaster ride. This movie is creative and quirky and such a good time to watch. It tells the story of Evelyn Wang, who is a life-tired woman just trying to keep her small laundromat business and her family afloat when she's almost literally sucked into something much larger than she could have ever imagined. So the writers and directors of this film, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, affectionately known by their cast and crew as the Daniels, have put together this movie of unbridled creative indulgence. It somehow manages to subtly navigate between heartfelt family drama and wild, electrifying martial arts, multiverse, time warp action, and it works. It stars Michelle Yeoh, who you might know from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Crazy Rich Asians, and Tomorrow Never Dies. And she commands the lead role in this kind of genre stew of a movie. And surprise, it also stars Ke Huy Quan, who is Data from the Indiana Jones movies and the Goonies. And he is so good. This guy's been gone from the screen for years, and he's back, and he's amazing. And oh, look out, because there's another surprise in Jamie Lee Curtis, who I can't even tell you. You just have to see this movie. It feels like this is the kind of movie that people either love or hate. There's no in between on this one. And let me put it this way. If your interest is piqued by the idea of martial arts, multiverses, raccoons, and hot dogs for fingers, then this movie is going to delight you. I just loved it. And because of that, I am giving it, are you ready, Dominique?
I'm ready.
The coveted 4 milk duds on a 4 milk dud movie rating scale.
Oh, wow. I love
It was
it.
great.
I
It was
love
great.
it.
Check this movie out.
You know
Okay,
what?
okay.
The 80s kid in me though, it's like you said Data and the Goonies. I'm sorry, I'm sold.
Right?
I'm
Right?
ready.
Exactly. Be
I'm ready.
sold. It's
Yeah.
worth it. It is worth the ride.
Gotcha.
So, okay. This movie may or may not be for you, but the good news is there's so much more to choose from, of course. And with that, I kind of want to give just a quick plug to, you guessed it, library digital platforms. Because if it's mind-meltingly hot outside, 98 degrees, 89 degrees, whatever it is, you don't even have to go out. You can check out a serious ton of titles from our digital offerings. So we've got Hoopla, which you can kind of see some Wizarding World stuff there, like we were just talking about. We've got Canopy TV, and Canopy is great for a wealth of documentaries, independent films. It's fantastic. And finally, we have Medici TV. And this is a wonderful resource, of course, free with your library card, for everything from concerts, operas, ballets, master classes. Again, just a bottomless well of really, really excellent content. So don't go outside in this heat. Stay in and watch something wonderful from the library.
Exactly. And even if you're on the go, you can log in and you can take that to go with you. So you've got Gilboard on the go. That's perfect. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I knew all of my guests was going to have these phenomenal new collections we have added, and totally intrigued me. I'm totally sold on everything. I hope all of our viewers are also sold to it. Definitely check out from our kids space to our adult collections and our movies. I mean, 4 milk duds. We got 4 milk duds this time in this episode.
Oh,
That's amazing. That's incredible. So, and many, many more that we have to offer to all of you. So we hope that everyone enjoyed this episode today of GBTV. I am your host, Dominique, and I want to thank our wonderful, wonderful guests that always comes through and share their opinions and give us all of these great information. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode as well as I did. You guys have a wonderful day and take good care. Thank you.